Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going through how I would pack out my Cannae Pro Gear Sarcina backpack for summer camping for a one-night overnighter. Stay tuned, find out what's inside. All right, so this is the Cannae Sarcina backpack. Okay, so from the last shot you just saw, it has been probably 3 weeks. During that time, I filmed the entire video of this bag, went to go edit it and realized that the entire time I was talking, you could only see me from like here down. And I tried zooming in and like cropping it so it would just be like chest down or something, and it looked horrible. And then I went camping with it. So I took everything out of it, repacked it for actual cabin camping that we were doing. And I took it and made some changes to it already because I took it on its first trip and figured out how I wanted to set it up. Then brought it back and was planning to film it. Then I got sick. I'm still a little bit, but I'm feeling a lot better now. So got sick and then I didn't feel like filming it then and refilming all this. So we're refilming all this again. Long story short, they don't make this bag anymore. I was fortunate enough to be able to buy 2 of them along with a bunch of other Cannae Pro Gear stuff. So if you haven't seen the video yet and you'd like a chance to win, not this bag, but you can win a Legion 2 or there is a hip bag remaining, which is pretty cool the more I look at it. And we're almost there, by the way. So if you're interested in winning that hip bag, at 750 subscribers, we're giving that bag away to one of you that comment on that video. Link, I'll try to put the link up here somewhere. Go check it out, watch the video. We'll go through all of them in detail. We've already given one of them away to a lucky subscriber. We have 2 more giveaways to go and probably some more in the future because I have recently bought some more these little pouches and things too that he put like lost a pallet or something. I bought the last 2 on the site. Like either was like it said, oh, there's only a few remaining. I bought 2 of them, went to go buy 2 more, sold out. So I am pretty sure I bought the last 2 pouches available, which is kind of cool to me. Anyway, that's the history of this bag. Okay, so a little bit about this bag. This was made by Cannae Pro Gear. It is called the Sarcina. It is a 34 liter kind of day pack type pack. It is, I'm planning to use it for overnight camp trips and things like that, or maybe longer hikes where you're just gonna do maybe an overnighter or maybe a full day where you need a little bit more gear or something. I don't think there are many more on his site that are available anymore. There might still be some Legion 2s on there, and maybe some Ceralitas, which is that roll top, just kind of smaller dump pouch. But if you are interested in one of these, you don't want to wait for the giveaway that I'm giving. Rebelsraiders.com is the website to go to buy all these bags. These are sold out, but there are Legion 2s left, and I think there are Ceralitas left. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. So it is a 34 liter pack. It's made out of Cordura nylon, super tough stuff. All the zippers are YKK zippers. The Molly webbing on it is all double or triple stitched, it looks like. The zippers, if you can see, all the external zippers and things are all like you know, where they like flip them inside out kind of thing. So it just keeps it, it's not waterproof, but it's more water resistant. It helps to keep dirt out of the zippers and moisture and stuff like that. Everything's backed with you know, kind of a wipeable, cleanable material. Any pockets that are meant to store sensitive things or items are aligned with like a real soft kind of felt material. And this isn't just on this bag, these are on like all their bags. It's all good quality stuff. Just everything so far, I haven't been able to hurt my current Cannae bags at all. Like they just keep going. On the back here, the actual straps that go around are just super padded. They've got like this kind of mesh type material on them that helps kind of wick moisture away. You're still gonna sweat a little, just, you know, there's no backpack in the world when you're out hiking that's not gonna cause sweat. If there is, let me know, but I haven't found one yet. It does have like an adjustable sternum strap on it, so you can adjust where that strap is gonna be. All of them have just super good padding on the back. Well, not all of them, most of them. Their higher end bags have this really nice thick padding on the back that also has a kind of a secret CCW type pocket in the back. It's made to hold firearms and extra ammunition, magazines, things like that. But if you're not into that type of thing, you can use it to store flat items. You might be able to fit a laptop in there, a small laptop, but there is a dedicated area for that. Garbage bags, tarps, whatever you want, you could put back here. It is soft and padded back there, so you could even put maybe a small tablet or something if you wanted to. Let's see. There's a ton of pouches and bags. We'll go through that in a second, or little areas to go through. Water bottle holder. This, a lot of people were turned off by this kind of like stretchy, meshy material, thinking that it would rip. I've only had the bag for a little while now, but I did kind of beat this thing up over the camp trip and stuff, and I wasn't very careful with it, if you'd say that much, and it still is fine. So I'm sure that eventually one day this might rip, but we'll see. You know, if that happens, we'll deal with it when it comes. There's enough material on the side here to maybe sew in a patch or something if we need to. But so far, it's been doing pretty well. You just, you know, with anything, treat it with care, I guess. So that is the features of the bag. Let's get into it now and see what we've got packed inside here. I packed this bag out as a mock. I'm gonna do an overnight camp trip during the summer months. If this was packed out for winter months, which we're currently in, I would pack it out a little bit different, but I'll talk about some more of that stuff at the end of the video of how you can modify this or change it up a little bit depending on the weather. But I wanted to try to show how much gear you can shove into this as possible. So I kind of went with summer month stuff because that gear is a little bit smaller, to kind of show that off. So let's get into it. First thing, I always like to have a carabiner on all my bags at some point. I've got it hanging on the front right now, just holding my coffee cup. But usually I'll put it like on the back here somewhere, because sometimes I like to hang it when I'm at camp or something off a tree. And if you don't want like a tree branch or something roughing up this back handle, which is pretty tough, I'll hang it off a carabiner. Or if I have like a guy line going or something, or my hammock strap or something, I'll hang it off that with just a carabiner. It's nothing crazy. It's just a cheap aluminum one. It's just holding, you know, maybe 20 pounds. Not even, maybe 15. So I've got my cup on the back. If you haven't seen this cup yet, I got it with all the Firebox kit stuff, but I love these so much that I actually bought 2 more of them. This is the GSI Outdoors Backpackers mug. It comes with a lid. I didn't take it recently because we were inside a cabin, but it's super cool. It's insulated. It's easily washable, It has this like removable plastic cup on the inside that has like measurements on it and stuff, so real easy to use. Like you can turn it out, fill it with water and stuff, and use it for dehydrated meals when you're out camping or measuring things. It just has a million uses. I love this little cup. They're awesome. So that's that. On the outside, there's some moly webbing on the front of this. I attached one of these little 6x6 pouches just to hold a little bit of extra gear where I don't have to like open the bag and dig into it to get it. It's stuff like as I'm hiking or something that I might need. So inside I've got some sunscreen. I've got it with me all the time. I have had skid cancer at one point and had to have it removed. So sunscreen is always on me, or some type of hat, you'll notice. I've also got just a good high quality rechargeable headlamp. In case you're hiking or something, you need your hands free. Headlamps are awesome, so I always have a headlamp with me. What else? So I've got my my Be-Free Katadyn water filter. It's a 1 liter squeezable bag. This is probably the best flow that out of any water filter that I've found so far. I love these things, a little sport cap thing. You just fill it up from any flowing water source, or even dirty, to be honest. I've used it in questionable water sources before. Just fill it up, throw the cap on. It's easily just swish it around to clean it when you're done, and it flows really great. I use this as a secondary to my water bottle. So I'm gonna go in with this entire water bottle full. It's a 32 ounces or something of water. I'm gonna use that, and then if I need to refill it, I find a stream or something and I can refill off of this. Or I could even fill this as well, including that, and I've got even more water if I need be. If need be. So that is in that front pouch. Oh, more. Never mind, sorry. I'm lying to you. I also keep a little hand warmer up here. Even in the summer, yes, I pack this out for summer, but even like cool nights or something, or cool mornings when you're walking, you could get a chill in you. These things are great, even the little small ones. This is just the hand warmer size. I've got bigger ones inside, but these little ones are kind of nice. Tuck in the small of your back or something if you're cold or you got to chill. They're pretty cool. They come in handy. So that's all I've got in that little pouch. There's still a lot more room in there to add more items if you need be. I left it that way because if I want some trail snacks, things like that, like a granola bar or something, you know, trail mix, stuff like that, I could throw it in there and I don't have to go digging for it, and I've got a nice, easy access to it. On the front here is their admin panel, or admin pouch, whatever you want to call it, admin pocket. It's got some cool Velcro on the front for your morale patches, things like that. I haven't put any on yet. And it does have double Velcro, including the straps. I don't care about it, but some people don't like that. If you don't, a lot of people just take some like Velcro name patches and put it over the front, and then that solves the problem. I guess you could take them off if you wanted to as well, but I wouldn't want to take the stitching off. Inside here, I've got a small pouch of tent stakes, just aluminum tent stakes, because if you get where you're going, sometimes you can make them out of sticks, but sometimes it's late at night and you don't want to make them out of sticks. So I just use some tent stakes. Just a little cracked chem light. These things are awesome, especially with kids and stuff. Crack them in the tent at night or something. Kind of gives them a little feeling of safety. You're not burning up your batteries running it all night. Gives you some pretty good, these live off quite a bit of light. So always got one of those with me. Just a pack of just kind of some hygiene stuff. Got some wet ones for your hands, and then some other wipes for other areas. Because nature does call. I got 2 hanks of 25-foot lengths of paracord, just to tie off any tarps or things like that, or whenever you need to lash something down. I got another chem light. I think that's it for up here. Yep. So that is it for that. On the front, at the bottom down here, I've got a REI outdoor blanket. So this is gonna be my main blanket just to keep me warm. I'm in the summertime when it's warm, I don't need a sleeping bag or anything like that. So I just tend to go with like a blanket quilt type thing. The one thing I will say about this bag that I was kind of disappointed in, I thought these straps on the bottom were, from looking online when I was watching it, were like gear holding straps. If they are, it is very questionably small gear. This is a smaller blanket. It's just big enough to kind of cover me. And I had to really work to get this thing in here. These straps are all the way out and I couldn't get it in here. I think what these were meant to be for was more of compression straps to make the bag a little bit smaller at the bottom if you don't have a ton of gear in there. So I am gonna look for a way to modify this to be able to hold bigger amounts of gear in the bottom. I have an idea already, but I wanna be able to carry my tent down here. If I am fall camping or I wanna take a tent with me, if I'm hiking with the assistant or something, we wanna spend the night somewhere, I wanna bring a tent. I want to be able to mount that to the bottom of the bag. So that is one modification I would make. But as of now, this is just an outdoor blanket. I'm not going to pull it out. It's a blanket. Let's see. On this side is a really cool little, it's like a sunglass case, I guess I would say, maybe a cell phone case. It's really soft and lined inside. There's not a lot of like rigidity to this pocket. So I don't know, you could put your sunglasses in, but you still have to be careful that this doesn't smash against something and break your glasses. It won't scratch it with that soft lining, but maybe it's better suited for like a cell phone or something like that. Right now, I've just got some Mateo Outdoor stickers in there, in case anybody wants one. I've always got some on me. This pocket here is really cool. It's one of the things that kind of made me want to buy the bag. This is access to the inside of the main dump pouch. So if you do want something that you want to get to on trail without having to pull everything out, I would put it near on this side and you can then get to it. So like I've got my camp chair in here. If I want to stop halfway through the day and I don't want to sit on a log or something, for some reason I want a chair, I can get my chair out, pop that thing back in, and I don't have to pull all my gear out. So I thought that was really kind of cool. On the other side, behind the water bottle, there's this cool little flat pocket. It's super soft on both sides, lined with like that felty type material. This is what I think is meant for a laptop or a tablet, something like that. You could probably fit, maybe, you might be able to fit a 15-inch laptop in here, probably a smaller one, easier, but I could probably fit my MacBook Pro in here and it would fit fine. And it's padded on both sides, so I would feel safe that it would be safe. Right now I've just got a book in here, so I like to read at night while I'm at camp. All right, so that is basically it for the outside of the bag. Let's get inside. So it's just two little of these like plastic clips that hold the top flap on. And then the inside is just kind of a dump pouch. On the top, I've got just a little expandable bowl. If I want to eat somewhere along the trail or something, I've got a little bowl that I could just pop out. Works as like a secondary makeshift cup if you need to, if you have that or something, if you're mixing your food. It's a good mixing bowl. These things are super cool. I always got one somewhere. I just threw it on the top for now. I would probably put it with my food kit, but I just put it on the top for an example. In the front, on top here, in this little, more of this webbing area, I've got a fork and a spoon. I keep them on the outside just, so I can get to them if I need them quicker. They're not gonna fall off, and it's a cool place to hang them. They're flat. So it's just a drawstring. I've got this thing just jammed full of stuff. I'll show you what's inside, and we'll go through it. So first off, I've got all these little, just like waterproof bags. I've got, this one is just some clothes, so underwear, socks, things like that, that will help me, you know, change out. Like I said, this is gonna be for an overnighter, so I'm not looking to bring an extra pair of pants or anything like that, but I could throw pajamas in here. I could throw, you know, an extra long sleeve shirt in here or something, extra pair of underwear, some socks and stuff, just to keep dry for some reason if I get wet. But pants, things like that, I can hang over a fire and dry out. So just clothes. Secondary bag, this is gonna be my food bag. I've got things, you know, it's gonna change depending on what I'm planning to cook for, but I can throw some dehydrated, just MRE meals in there for breakfast. I can throw some Mountain House, you know, Mountain House bags in there, some extra snacks, things like that. If I'm cooking for the night, I've got plenty of room in here to throw the firebox stove in here, throw some fresh produce in here, whatever, you know, a steak, something like that. I can throw all that in this bag, roll it up, keep it in the top, so I've got my food. And then if I am camping out somewhere overnight, it does have a drawstring. I could throw some of that paracord over it, throw it over a tree, hang it up, and it's, you know, it's not scent proof, it's not a bear bag or anything, but you know, it gets it off the air to get the little critters out of the way. And mostly in my area, we don't have any bears down this far south. So if I am doing something overnight in my area, I don't have to worry about bears, mainly just raccoons and skunks and things like that. So I can hang it, get it up out of the air. So my food bag. Next up on the top, I keep my little sit pad. I got a little Ranger band around it. These things are great to use. You can get them on Amazon, like 2-3 packs or whatever. Just throw it down. If you're throwing it on a log or you stop somewhere to sit, you don't want you to be sitting in the mud or something. It gives you a little bit of cushion. If you're kneeling down to start a fire and you're old like me and you don't want to put your knees on the hard ground, you lean on this, kneel on this, whatever. This thing has a million uses for a little bit of comfort while you're out on the trail, and it doesn't take up a ton of space in your bag. It weighs just nothing, so highly advised using these. I've got another one of these that it's in my hike bag that looks like it's been through, you know, just hell and back, but this one's a lot nicer, so I put it in the video. Next up is just my outdoor cook kit. You guys have seen this before. It's basically a pot. It's got the little rocket stove in it, can of gas. Inside of here as well, I've got a bunch of instant coffee mixes. There's usually a hot chocolate mix in there. Just, you know, some maybe those little flavored drink things if I wanted flavored drink at night. Those little sticks, you know. So this thing's awesome. Heats up the water for my dehydrated meals if I want to, or a makeshift pot, uses as a cup, whatever you want to do. This thing's great. Next up, I've got a little 6x6 pouch. Inside here, I've got 2 of these mega warmers. Those are like the hand warmers, but they're the bigger ones. These things are great on chilly nights. If you get cold, throw one underneath your back, throw one down by your feet, wrap up in your blanket or your sleeping bag or whatever. These things act like little heaters and keep you warm and more comfortable throughout the night. So these things are really, really good to kind of warm you back up. I keep them everywhere. They're in my truck, they're in my bag, my hike packs, I have a bunch of them because they're awesome. This is my kind of tent light. So it has a whole bunch of different uses. I'll go through this one day, but essentially it's just a little one singular LED light. It's got a little stretchy cord on it. I'll hang it at the top of my tent or the top of my hammock or something. Just give me a little night light at night to see what I'm doing or read or something while I'm laying in bed at camp. Without wanting a headlamp on. Sometimes I don't like the headlamp on me all the time. These things are great. They've got a bunch of different uses. I've got extra batteries for them. Got red lights if I want to keep my vision and look more tactical and cool. I've got that. Inside I've got my little fire kit. It's basically just a bunch of little fire plugs. There's a little bit of some dry tinder in there and stuff. So that's my fire starting material if I need it. I got the good old fashioned standby Bic. And then I've got, in case that gets wet or something, I do have a fire rod with me, fire steel. This one is by Exotac. This one's really cool. It's small. It's like all anodized aluminum, and it works really well for being a small, little, tinier one, you know. And then I've got just an expandable bellows to start a fire, or help start a fire if for some reason wood's damp or something like that. Okay. Next up, I've got a big giant tarp. I throw this thing over my hammock. It's got all the guy lines inside of it and stuff, so I'll throw my hammock up and I'll throw this over top of it in just kind of a teepee kind of shape if I've got weather at night or something like that. And during the day, I can lift one side up, string it up to the trees, put some sticks under it, whatever, and make a little porch awning, and I can put my chair underneath there or whatever, sit under there, and it works great. Also great as a tarp, you know, so if it is raining, you're around camp or something during the day, or you want to stop somewhere, it's easy to just throw this thing up somewhere and kind of keep the rain off you while you're waiting out a storm if you don't want to hike through it, keep you dry. A little bit of a tarp. Next is my hammock. So it's just a one-person hammock. It's got a built-in bug screen, you know, to keep the bugs off you at night and stuff. It's got some cool little pockets inside and little loops to hang my light off of. So I've got all my straps and everything are in here as well to hook it up. So this thing is awesome. It's starting to see a little bit of wear. It's time for maybe an upgrade, but you know, this thing I've put through quite a bit of abuse and it still keeps going. So my hammock. I got my Thermarest Neo Air sleep pad, so it just adds a little bit of extra comfort, a little bit of insulation underneath you at night, especially in the summer. I didn't bring my underquilt for this for summer camping. In the fall, I would probably bring an extra bag in here, which would be my underquilt. But for summer, I figured this is enough insulation underneath me, keep me warm, throw the pillow or the blanket over me, kind of wrap me up, and it traps some heat in for you. So just a little Thermarest sleep pad. My little inflatable pillow, not much to say about it. It's an inflatable pillow. They kind of suck. I hate them. I have not found, this one's Sea to Summit. This one's probably one of my favorites. It's got like a felt kind of material on the outside and it feels the most like a pillow. But at the end of the day, it's a big balloon that, like, when you roll your head, it just, you hear it crinkling and it's loud and it's just annoying. I need a better pillow and I can't find a good camp pillow without bringing an actual pillow. So I've got to figure something out for that. And finally is my REI chair. This strikes a nerve with me. If you guys have seen the video about how I got scammed on Kickstarter, I still feel like I'm getting scammed, but I still keep getting emails like hoping that it's coming. In December, the end of December, I did get a tracking number that was sent to me. But so far, nobody has still gotten their chair. It's almost February. I don't think it exists, but I just keep having hope. But for now, this REI Camp or Flex Light chair, this thing's pretty cool. It is light, it's super small, it doesn't take up much room, and it's that extra little creature comfort at camp at night when you can sit in an actual chair and you're not sitting on the hard ground. This thing's great. Take it everywhere with me. I think that is it. The outside of the bag, I've got my water bottle. So that is everything. So that's quite a bit of stuff to have in this bag, just to kind of show that it does all fit in here. I'm going to pack it all up now, even though I pulled it out of here, right? But There are some things that I would change about this bag. I've camped with it once now. It's just been cabin camping because the weather has just been single digits lately, and that's just no fun around here, especially with being wet. Everything's covered in ice. It's just a horrible time. So, but there is some things that I kind of expressed. This bottom bit here, these straps are not long enough. I don't like them. I don't like carrying my blanket on the outside of the bag. I would much rather have that inside where it's going to stay dry and protected, right? So I would much prefer to keep my tent at the bottom. Unfortunately, this is my tent, right? I have a smaller one, but it's basically similar size to this if I do like my one-man bivvy tent. But if I'm overnighting with the assistant, I want my two-man tent to be able to put at the bottom of this. I did have this tent in this bag. It takes up like half of the space though. You can shove it in the main dump pouch vertical like this, but it takes up basically from floor to top the entire left side or one side of the bag. So what you need to do is put it on the one side and then all your other gear has to go on the other side, and it's doesn't leave a lot of room for other stuff. So, you know, I would like to keep it under here, ideally. I want to figure out a way to get either lengthen these straps or figure out some kind of system that I can put underneath here to hang this. There isn't any webbing underneath here. There is on the front. There's nothing really on the back. So I could just use paracord and tie it to it and have it dangle, but I don't like that idea. I want something cinched tight to the bag, so I'm gonna have to figure out something to mount the tent on the bottom. I thought about, I do have webbing on the top that I could mount the tent up at the top like that, but then it's like that's the main dump pouch and flap to get into that, and that seems annoying to me to have to like move this big tent every time to like get in there for stuff. So I don't like that idea, but it is a possibility, I guess, in the future if I want to do that. Something else I thought of is instead of bringing the small camp quilt, I could bring something like a wool blanket, which for a little cooler nights and things like that, or if I wanted to just cowboy camp it, I could. But I would need kind of an oilcloth to wrap this in first so that if I do keep it on the outside and it rains, it would keep it dry. This though comes with this leather strapping that I thought I may be able to get in here and then be able to hang that underneath there better. Something maybe like this to mount the tent as well. Not sure, still thinking of ideas. You know, that's the way it goes. So the other things you could bring in this tent, if you didn't want to do hammock style camping, you can bring this tent. I do have like a one-man kind of bivvy tent that's a little bit smaller, might take up a little bit less space in here, but it's still roughly the same-ish size. It's going to take up about half your bag if you keep it on the inside. I would really recommend trying to find a way to keep it on the out, or even just carry it on the side if you want to. Something else you could bring is a wool blanket instead of this little quilt if you prefer something like that. What else? There's still a little bit more room. I could squeeze things in here. I want to be able to bring the firebox stove. I'm waiting on the Nano right now. That one is coming, as well as a box pot and some other stuff. So there are some smaller versions of the firebox as well for like lighter, you know, I wouldn't call this ultralight, but this bag's probably, I would say it's like 15 pounds, maybe 20. I doubt it's 20 pounds, but there is more options, right? I could mount some more pouches to the top as well. I could mount an additional, this is just a little 6x6 I have centered, but I could move this one over and add the other one. I could add the longer 6x9 pouches. That would hold the firebox fine, I think, with some other gear in it as well, like the little grate and grill and stuff. So I could do that if I'm planning, if I know, hey, I'm gonna want to bring the firebox and cook fresher food, I can swap this out. The point being is your bag is never set up forever. You know, you set up your bag for the trip you're going on. So this was kind of a mock what I would do, just taking some freeze-dried meals and overnight tenting it. That is it for today. That was what I would pack out in my Cannae Sarcina Pro Gear bag for like an overnight summer camp. If you like this type of content, subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up, like, you know, share, all that fun stuff. Comment. I would really like to hear your comments on this. What did I miss? I'm sure I missed something because I never realized what I missed till I'm actually out camping and I'm like, I forgot that. So tell me, what did I miss? What am I not thinking of? What do I have too much of maybe? What do I not have enough of? Comment, let me know. I want your opinion because I want to evolve this bag and, you know, it's a community. Let's get involved. So again, that's it for today. Do all the things. I'll see you on the next one.